Hello everyone, welcome back. We have seen after a 1 month vacation. I hope all of you are going well and I am also doing well here. Anyway, now it's our academic year and let's continue our lessons with so much of interest, enthusiasm and eagerness. Anyway, once more, welcome back to our continuation of English lessons. In this video lesson, we shall discuss one another story from your supplementary reader, Footprints Without Feet. And of course, it's a wonderful story and it is written by, do you know who this is? Yes, he is your favorite writer, Ruskin Bond. While mentioning his name, I would like to remember one of his world famous quotes. He suggests that to be able to laugh and be merciful are the only things that make man better than the beast. While we analyze this statement, it is absolutely right. The quality to be happy and to be kind towards our fellow beings are the only things which makes man better than beast or animals. The lesson which we are going to study is the thief's story. It also put forward the same theme. A man is not born as a criminal or as a thief. It is only his situations force him to do certain things and how the fellow beings around him react or behave towards that person will be the continuation of his life. So let us think something about Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is considered to be an icon among Indian writers and children's authors. His work vary in terms of language, style, theme, simplicity, and most importantly, its story. He prolifically writes children's books and was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award. He turned 86 years on last May and he celebrated it with his family in Missouri. That means now also he lives very happily with his family in Missouri. Let me introduce you the main characters of this story who are a young boy named Hari Singh and the other one a man named Anil. The story, the thief story, is based on the theme of friendship, betrayal, trust, guilt, change in attitude, kindness, loyalty, honesty, and so on. This story is based on the fact that how love and kindness can transform even the most destructive mind of criminals and thieves in this cruel world. The thief story focuses on the human values which are significant in our lives to change an individual. Our story is about a young 15-year-old boy named Hari Singh. He makes friendship with people in order to rob them. He changes his name so often so that not to get caught easily by the police or to escape from his ex-employers. One day, he met Anil during a wrestling match. Anil was a 25-year-old man who was leading a very casual life. He was a struggling writer who would make small money with his writing. Anil was watching a wrestling match when Hari approached him. Hari tries to make a conversation with Anil as he feels it would be easy to rob a man like Anil. Hari commented on Anil that he looks like a wrestler himself. Hari flattered Anil by trying to befriend him and asked him for some work. Anil asked Hari if he could cook. For this, the boy replied affirmatively. So, Anil took Hari to his house and asked him to cook. Hari cooked the meal awfully and Anil asked him to leave, but the boy insisted on not leaving, and so Anil agreed to continue. Anil promised to teach Hari how to read, write, add numbers, and cook delicious meals. Sometimes Anil would give a rupee to Hari as a tip for his efforts. One fine day, Anil received a bundle of notes for his published articles. He kept the money under his mattress and Hari happened to notice that money. During midnight, when Anil was fast asleep, Hari stealthily slipped his hand and stole the money kept under the mattress. He immediately left for the railway station to board a train to Lucknow. Unfortunately, he missed the train and wandered across the streets. As it was pouring heavily, he got completely drenched in that rain. Soon, Hari began to feel agitated and was regretful for stealing money from an honest man like Anil, who treated him so well till now. He felt guilty for cheating Anil, who taught him how to read and write his name and also to add numbers. Suddenly, Hari Singh had a change of heart and he decided to return to Anil. Although the notes had become completely wet, he kept the money in the same spot from where he retrieved it. The following day, when he woke up, he found Anil was normal as usual. The young man offered Hari 50 rupees and said that he had rightfully earned it. Anil further said that he would pay Hari regularly. However, when Hari touched the money, he realized that the money was still damp. Hari understood that Anil was aware of his misdeed the previous night, but the young man still didn't treat him with the disgust or hand him over to the police. On the contrary, Anil promised to teach Hari how to write full sentences. After this incident, Hari Singh was filled with gratitude and respect for Anil. So, Hari decided to mend his ways and to become a noble human being like Anil. That's how the story ends. Suppose Anil misbehaved or treated cruelly and harsh towards Hari Singh, it will remain as a mark in his mind and he will never mend his ways. This kindful attitude of Anil changed him completely. And I think it is the best investment in the life of Anil also. We should also make investments like this. We should also make investments in the form of kind deeds. Only our kind deeds will remain here. So, I hope you all enjoyed the lesson and understood it well. Anyway, let's meet again with one another lesson. Thank you.
Let's see what happens in The Thief's Story by Ruskin Bond. Hari Singh was a thief. He was merely 15 years old but was quite good for his age. In fact, Hari Singh wasn't even his real name. He used a different name every month to avoid getting caught. The first time Hari met Anil was at a wrestling match. Anil looked like the perfect mark, simple, kind, and easygoing. Hari approached Anil and complimented him on his looks. He told Anil he wanted to work for him. Anil replied that he couldn't pay him. So, Hari said that he would work for food and even lied that he could cook. So, Anil agreed and took him in. That night, Hari made dinner. It was so bad that Anil gave it to some stray dogs and told Hari to leave. However, Hari just stood and kept smiling at Anil. Anil relented. He let Hari stay and taught him how to cook. He also taught Hari how to write his name and promised that one day Hari would learn how to write whole sentences and add numbers. Hari was glad. With some education, he could be better at what he did. Hari found it easy to work for Anil. Every day, he would make tea in the morning. Then he would go to the market to buy supplies. He always made a rupee's profit every time. Hari also learned quite a bit about Anil. Anil was a writer and did not make steady income. When he did, he would go out and celebrate. When he didn't, he would borrow and worry about his next paycheck. One day, Anil came home flush with several banknotes. He had just sold a book to a publisher. He safely hid the money under his mattress. It had been some time since Hari stole from someone. He made up his mind to steal the money. That night, he crept up to Anil's bed and carefully extracted the money. Then he ran. He ran until he came to a bazaar by the station. There he slowed down and counted the money. There were 600 rupees in the bundle. Hari thought he would live like a king for the next week or two. Thinking this, he came to the station. The Lucknow Express was just leaving the platform. If he ran, he could easily jump into one of the compartments. But something stopped him. Hari stood still and watched as the train left. He was alone now and had nowhere to go. He thought about Anil and how his house was the one place he could go back to. So, having nowhere to go, Hari started walking aimlessly and came to a maidan. There he sat on a bench, thinking about Anil's reaction. Anil, he knew, would feel sad, not at the loss of money, but at the loss of trust. It started to rain. Soaked, Hari made his way back to the bazaar. He took out the notes. Then he thought about his time at Anil's. He remembered that Anil had promised to teach him to write whole sentences. One day he thought knowing whole sentences would bring him even more than thieving could. After all, stealing was easy, but becoming a clever and well-respected man, that was better. So Hari went back to Anil and put the money back under the mattress. Next day when he woke up, Anil was already making tea. Anil gave him a 50-rupee note as part of his wages. Then he declared that they were going to learn whole sentences. Hari realized that Anil knew what had happened, but Anil didn't say anything. Moved, Hari gave Anil a smile, a genuine, heartfelt smile.